What was your weirdest fear when you were younger? Quicksand. Car wash. Butterflies. Still hate those colorful freaks. The Hulk jumping over the trees at the end of the garden and landing on me. Still liked the animated Hulk series. Lived on an island. Was afraid it would go under. Butterflies. That my toenails would start growing really, really fast all of the sudden. Quicksand. The 80s were wild. I was a really good child growing up, never got in trouble, and one day at school when I was like 7 I broke a rule. Wasn't that deep. And someone told me the head teacher was getting involved, and I thought I was going to execute it. I live in the UK where the death penalty was abolished ages ago. I used to live in a high-rise as a kid. And I was deathly afraid of ninjas crawling up and attacking me from the window at night. I tried popping bubble wrap with my teeth and then stayed up all night worried that I may have swallowed a little bit of plastic and I would suffocate in my sleep. I was intensely afraid of castration. Like sleepwalking with scissors and just somehow cutting my balls off. I would repeat to myself, I hate castration, in order to purge the thoughts from my head. I grew up as a Christian. A lot of denominations don't learn actual theology. Just bullshit esoteric crap that doesn't make sense. Lots of the rapture will come one day and all sinners will burn in hell. Shit made me paranoid as fuck. Every night I would ask God to forgive me of all my sins before I went to bed. In case the rapture came while I was asleep. Ending up alone. Rogue boners. It was always in church or school. Being like my father. And right now I am like my father. That I would not be kind and supportive of others. I'm glad that those fears were irrational. I love life and all those around me. The year 2012 skull. Being judged. Worms, I hate them. Snow, I always thought it'd crush me when it was snowing. IDKY. That the world would blow up. Birds. Remaining trapped in a supermarket because when it was closing I couldn't manage to leave in time. When I was very young I happened to accidentally glance the scene from the TV version of it where he climbed out of a shower drain. So I spent a few years not being happy about the presence of a drain while I was bathing. Watched my dad change a tire. And when I saw that the tire was held on by 5 little screws and nuts. The way my dad drove. I was sure tires were going to fly off. Used to be terrified of sleep lol. Tim Curry terrifies me. Clowns. Spiders. And the IT miniseries, which I first saw when I was 2, have never scared me. But Tim Curry absolutely terrifies me. Quicksand. TV really overhyped that one. Spicy food, I now have an iron stomach. Mosquito killer fog machine. That voo-voo sound gave me the worst fear possible. Quicksand. Losing balloon to sky. Hand cramped and sweaty on that ribbon. Doll. Clown. Mannequin. I still have a bit fear when seeing these. I had a fear of tomatoes. Not because of the lead poison thing. But because I saw an image of a tomato with a parasite inside. Shark in the pool, I mean what the hell, I was 10. When I was a kid I was terrified of dogs. I missed out on a lot of fun stuff as a kid because I wouldn't go to someone's house if I even thought they might have a dog. Looking out a window at night and seeing eyes watching me. Dinosaurs. I only found out they were extinct when I was 8. Skull. Being stomped on by Godzilla. Why did my parents let me watch that movie at age 4? I was afraid of water meters because we had a squeaky one. Idea of infinity. Bridges. Hated crossing them. Still have fears today. Voldemort. Being sucked into a parallel universe and never being able to get home. Like the show Sliders, TNG parallels. If parallel universes are possible, how could you ever truly find your home dimension? Before I was diagnosed with OCD, I attributed a lot of my compulsions to this fear that a hand would reach up from the depths of the toilet and grab me. Dying. I was worried about developing a blowhole. I don't know why, but there was about a month when I was 7 that I checked the mirror a few times a day to make sure one wasn't coming in. That a rat, snake, vampire would bite me on the butt when I sat down to pee. I would always have to look like 2 times to be sure there was nothing in the bowl waiting for me lol. The ventilation holes in bathrooms, toilets. Mr. Blobby. Bigfoot. Those Buddha dolls that my grandma had in her house till this day. A shark in the pool smiling face with tear. Bathtubs and moths still have them though. RIP. Slenderman. That we would be attacked by the Russians. Being buried alive. Water towers. The rumor weed from VeggieTales loudly crying. The red flashing lights on the VCR because nobody would set the time. This is specifically at night and usually only an issue after falling asleep in front of the TV. Waking up at midnight all groggy. I wore glasses and was nearsighted, so the extra blurriness didn't help.